recorded live at 4ZZZ Studios, Meanjin, Brisbane.
On 102.1 FM.
And broadcast across Australia on the Community Radio Network.
You're listening to Zed Games.
Zed Games brings you the best in gaming news, reviews, community and culture. Want to reach out?
Share your hot take?
Or do you just want to share your favourite game?
Find us on socials at Zed Games AU.
Hello. You're listening to Zed Games. My name is Zahra, and with me in the studio this episode is...
Peter!
And...
Tom!
Woo!
Yeah.
Just an aside, I do want to say that this is Tom's official first episode as being part of the Zed Games crew. That's right.
Yay.
He's no longer just a guest.
I'm no longer from Netherworld. I wasn't fired.
No.
Job.
You're still there.
But
now you're also here.
Yeah.
We have custody of you on Thursdays. That's
from 6 till 7.
From 6 to 7.
Yeah.
And we've got a chockers episode for you all today. We've got the week in gaming news. We've got a couple of reviews. We've got chats. We've got bands. So I reckon it's probably best if we just dive straight into the week in gaming news.
News.
This week in gaming news.
Well.
Oh man, it has been a state.
It's been a state, that's for sure.
Oh, a sorry state over at Sony.
Yep.
Tom, do you wanna start off?
Fill us in, Tom.
So earlier this week, the PlayStation Network went offline for nearly 24 hours with little insight into why or what happened, except that it was a operational issue.
In quotes.
Yeah.
Yep.
This annoyed a lot of Monster Hunter fans.
Yes.
They're a riled up bunch.
Yep.
So as a peace offering, Sony offered 5 free days of PlayStation Plus as an apology, and the Monster Hunter Wilds beta has been extended.
Yay.
But also around this time, a number of shovelware games have also been quietly removed from the PlayStation Store after an investigation into the prevalence of spam games.
Very, very necessary, and I'm glad they're taking action.
Oh, yeah.
But we've also had the State of Play from PlayStation early this morning as well.
PlayStation Direct.
And it went directly to my brain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my. Okay. So we've got. Hang on. I've got the monitor slightly out of view. So let's just run through the games that were announced real quick. Otherwise, we're going to be here for ages.
There we are.
Peter, would you like to start off?
Borderlands 4 got a release date. It's in September.
Yep.
No surprise.
There we go.
I kind of picked it. So
With another State of Play coming soon to just go into the details of the game.
pretty sure it's probably going to be the June one, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Next up, Darwin's Paradox. Take on the role of Darwin, an octopus snatched from the sea and thrust into a mysterious food factory. Yep.
Interesting one. That one is being developed by Konami.
Yeah.
They make
Konami
games.
makes games again, apparently, and not just pachinko machines.
Yeah.
How about that?
And it's a new game from Konami, not just a rehash, repeat, remaster, re-X, XDX.
Oh my god, Peter, let them breathe.
Yeah. But it did look pretty cool. It looks like it's a similar gameplay style to the side-scrolling games Inside and Limbo, that sort of puzzle platformer thing.
So like that big scale as well.
Yeah, lots of cinematic moments, so it's cool.
Next up, Dave the Diver is getting a crossover with Ichiban from Like a Dragon. Ichiban's Holiday.
Yeah.
Unexpected, but sure.
I'm here for it.
Yakuza and fishing. Why not?
Yep.
Yeah.
Days Gone is getting a remaster. Anyway, moving on. Digimon Time Stranger got announced as well. A new JRPG from the Digimon series.
If you still believe in the Digimon games, you're probably psyched about this.
It's like in the Cyber Sleuth sort of storyline vein sort of thing.
It should always be a Cyber Sleuth storyline.
Can we just
quite
get
honestly.
the original Digimon World remaster? That'd be good.
No, buy the new one.
Directive 8020. Watch the brave astronauts of the Cassiopeia embark on a deadly mission to save humanity, where every choice could be their last.
That's the one by the Until Dawn people?
Yep.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. So we know that there's going to be like absolutely minimal button presses.
Yep, mostly cinematics, mostly gory deaths and big decisions. Dreams of Another, the third-person exploration action game, is built around the philosophical theme, there is no creation without destruction.
Really makes you think.
Yep. I make a sandcastle, I destroy the sandcastle.
Is that the PSVR 2 game?
I did hear that. Five Nights at Freddy's, Secret of the Mimic. I was hoping it'd be, Six Nights at Freddy's or, Weekend at Freddy's.
They'll never get to 6 nights.
Hell is Us. I don't know anything about that one.
Tom, do you want to sort of...
It's one of those trailers that just kind of shows the vibes. It looks like post-apocalyptic, cybertech kind of world, and they show very little gameplay. What they do show kind of looks action.
It looks cool.
It looks
cool.
melee
Was it gameplay?
combo.
Did it have gameplay?
I saw...
There were snippets.
It looked
snippets.
very cinematic, and then right at the end there was about 5 seconds of gameplay.
Okay, so it
one of
included
those.
live action gameplay. Lives of P Overture, which is a prequel.
Oh, it's Lies of Pi.
Lies of Pi?
No, it's the DLC for Lies of P, isn't it?
I was going to say it's Lies of P because it's supposed to be Pinocchio.
Pinocchio?
Yeah, the whole puppet string aspect thing.
I know nothing about these games.
Okay,
It's the Souls-
like Dark Souls.
Yeah,
Dark Souls,
except
But it's
Pinocchio?
puppets.
Puppet Chalamet.
Yeah, you're supposed to be playing as a puppet that was made by a person and trying to become a real boy.
Okay.
Bloody gory, I think Bloodborne, but, puppets.
Interesting.
Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii.
Lovely.
Yep.
They're traveling all around the islands, I see.
Yes. Lost Soul Aside. I have no idea about that one either.
Would you believe it's another sci-fi adventure?
Oh.
Are you kidding
I guess
me?
it's a year of sci-fi.
Yeah.
Metal Eden, probably another sci-fi.
Oh, yes. Far-flung future space colony that's under threat.
Okay, yeah, year of
Yeah.
sci-fi. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. I guess they just showed off more.
Yeah,
being
and
Konami.
release date that I forget.
It looks cool.
Cool, yeah, I'm sure it'll be
Yeah.
just like the original, just looking prettier. Mind's Eye,
That's
Monster
a bit
Hunter
of a
Wilds.
newer kind of thing. Monster Hunter Wilds. I'm so
Beta.
keen.
Yeah.
I'm so keen. I'm
End
so
of the
keen.
month.
That's all I can say.
Onimusha, Way of the Sword, and Onimusha 2, Samurai's Destiny. I think those are the remakes.
I believe so, yeah.
yeah,
I think Way of the Sword, is that not the new one, or is that...
I thought they were the remakes. I didn't know they were making a new one.
Oh, man, there's so many.
There is.
Onimusha's back.
Yeah, in some capacity. Saros, the all-new action game that tells the haunting story of a lost off-world colony of Carcosa under an ominous... another sci-fi space.
By the people who
decryption.
made Returnal.
Okay.
Yeah, the PS5
So
release
hopefully some
game.
decent gameplay there then.
Looks pretty interesting.
Shinobi Art of Vengeance, another Shinobi series.
Now we're talking.
Very
yep.
cool.
This is
very cool.
Made by the team who made Streets of Rage 4.
Yep.
So this is Sega bringing back one of their old classic franchises with a cool new HD 2D sprite art style with some cool combat. Shinobi's cool.
Yeah. Shinobi was a fantastic game. Sonic Racing Crossworlds, another kart racer, I'm assuming.
Yeah, all the characters are just going to be driving really fast.
Cool. Then we got Split Fiction, which is from the guys that make It Takes Two and A Way Out.
Yeah.
Another really great, good co-op game to play with the partner or best friend or somebody that you aren't going to yell at all the time because they're slowing you down.
You will be able to play it for free with a friend pass as long
Yep.
as one of you has a copy. So
Yeah, it was one of the things I
love
really
that.
liked about
I
It
love
Takes
that.
Two. You didn't have to both purchase.
Yeah.
It's just play and the other person can get a copy of it. And then Tides of Annihilation, a single-player action-adventure game that thrusts you into a shattered, mystical London. I mean, shattered, mystical London got me right there. Players will take on the role of Gwendolyn, who wields the power of a mysterious grey mist that can manifest two spectral knights at her side. Yeah.
I want some cool spectral knights I can just summon.
I love the
to
name Gwendolyn.
Appear
It just-
at my side.
Yeah.
How about you, Tom? How do you feel about spectral knights?
I mean, Zelda's down B in Smash. You get a spectral knight that comes in.
It keeps winning.
That's all I got. But yeah, lots of games, lots of release dates for things.
It's good to start getting some release dates for the year.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
been a little bit on the light side in regards to what am I looking forward to?
It has felt like that, but
At least for the later half of the year.
Yeah,
There's
we're
Monster
getting into
Wilds.
the part of the year where they're like starting to be like, okay, here's what we can sort of expect.
And probably actually bring out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure that if more than a few, they'll get delayed, but that is what
hope-
it is.
Hope not some of them, that's for sure.
Moving on, Unity, not so unified.
Yeah.
Tom, would you like to Elaborate.
Yeah, so there has been another round of layoffs at Unity.
CEO, please.
With one day they have to run out of people to fire. It's eventually going to be the CEO. They have a focus on its behavior team. Reportedly, now former employees received a 5 a.m. email informing them of their immediate termination. The behavior team was responsible for an NPC behavior tool, which had been anticipated by developers for some time now.
It seems like somebody got annoyed at somebody and then fired their entire team.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only the latest round in like people being laid off at Unity, and it's just sort of starting to be like,
that bad decision we made 2 years ago to try and make us more money backfired, and now we're losing money.
Yeah.
So let's not invest back into making quality tools and product.
Which not only is a bummer for these ex-employees, but also for indie devs who rely on tools like this and Unity to develop their games. Unity used to be such a icon.
Indie friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so.
And it's been a little hostile.
Yes.
Speaking of hostile, Valve. Peter.
Valve has made its policy on advertising on Steam extremely clear, outlining in Steamwork documentation that developers should not utilize paid advertising as a business model in their game, such as requiring players to watch or otherwise engage with advertising in order to play, or gating gameplay behind advertising. So no mobile gaming methodologies, monetization ways on Steam.
That appears to be the case.
I can get behind and agree on that sort of idea. You know, I can understand that it works for people on the go and things, but, you know, if I'm sitting at my computer, I don't want to have to wait for 2 minutes to play 30 seconds of a game to watch another 2 minutes of ads. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now for some news, Nibbles. Tom.
Yeah.
What's NVIDIA got going on?
NVIDIA have a new texture compression technology in beta. Apparently, it will be able to reduce VRAM usage by as much as 95% using a neural network to compress and decompress textures dynamically.
I mean, it's exciting. I'll wait and see if it actually works and compresses and frees up my VRAM. Most people don't know what that does, but sure.
You'll know it when you feel it.
You'll know it when you see it loading in textures badly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we've got the definitive way to play the 2006 game Okami. Kamiya, the director of Okami, has stated, personally, I don't want you to play the Wii version. Play it on PlayStation.
Good old Hideki Kamiya. He's not afraid to say anything or to ban anyone from his social medias.
And we've got some upcoming games. So February 13th, we've got Alien Rogue Incursion for the MetaQuest 3 and a Valve Premium Edition for the Xbox and PC. Tomorrow on February 14th, what comes out on February 14th, Peter?
Legend of Heroes Trials Through Daybreak 2. That's a Japanese game, I'm sure, because of the naming length. Tomb Raider 4 and 6 remastered. Or is that 4 to 6?
4 through 6.
Right, okay. So a number of Tomb Raider games that were remastered are being released. Date of Everything for PS5, Xbox, Switch, and PC. Then updating on February 18th, we have...
Lost Records, Blood and Rage for the PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X, and Avowed Standard Edition for Xbox and PC. And on February 19th, we have Godzilla Voxel Wars on the Switch.
Awesome. That's it this week in gaming news. Rani has a review for us.
Yay!
But unfortunately, Rani couldn't make it to the studio.
Aww.
So I will be doing my best impression of them.
Yay!
All right.
Let's hear it.
Recently, Steam had an Idle Games Fest happening, so I took it upon myself to check out some idle games. They've never made that much sense to me, but actually they make complete sense to me now, and I can't believe it took me so long to give them a chance to play. So today, I, Rani, through the calming melody of Zahra's voice, that's what's written, will be reviewing an idle game called ChillVault. Picture this. The year is 2024, and you're studying in a cozy library in Lyons, France. A cat snoozes next to you on the desk, and a bowl of fish swim happily around. You set yourself a timer and get to work. In your breaks, you feed your fish, pet the cat, and make yourself drinks. You receive a message friend request on your phone and have a short conversation with a girl you met while out. Then the year changes. It's Tokyo, 2077. You don't change, but your environment does. The timer starts and stops automatically. Lo-fi beats play in the background. And that's pretty much it. That's ChillPulse. It's an idle game designed to help you get work done. If you were the kind of student that liked to put on lo-fi beats to study with that anime girl at a desk, then this is basically that in game form. The timer is designed around the Pomodoro method, where you work for a set amount of time and then you take a break for a set amount of time. You can adjust the times as well as the white noise machine, your clothes, the fish in the fishbowl, and the cat on the desk are all customizable. Each study scene has its own narrative for you to uncover in your breaks, and you can have fun experimenting with different kinds of drinks you to make. I've been using ChillPulse to get through some tougher thesis writing days in some teaching prep sessions. That's Rani, not me. I have very quickly racked up 30 hours in-game in the week that I've had it. I didn't run it the whole time I was working either, so that should tell you enough. I had fun collecting all but the final achievement in that time. The final achievement is 100 focus hours, so it might take me a little bit longer to get there. I think I would have liked some more achievements to try and strive for. I didn't see much of a reason to buy customizable clothes or accessories for the character on screen, but I can guarantee that if there was achievements, I'll try to make it happen. You unlock scenes by focusing for longer periods of time, but because I was in a big thesis zone, I did this surprisingly quickly. I don't recommend my study tactics, by the way, but I do recommend this game. Anyway, that's all from me for now. Thank you very much for listening, and thank you, Zahra, for being my voice. No worries, Rani. Always happy to.
Excellent Rani impression.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I couldn't get that sort of like bit of American twang in there, but you know, I do my best.
It did feel like they were here in the room with us.
Yeah.
It did.
It's true. They usually are in the walls, so you know, you never know.
She'll anti-Homer Simpson who just out of the bush, out of the walls.
But yeah, coming into the start of the study year, probably if you're a student, you might want to check out ChillPulse, it sounds like.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
I have a review.
I love the Dick Tracy music.
Vault, developed by It'll Be Fun, they said. One word. Vault is an atmospheric, low-fidelity game that blends text-based adventure with first-person elements to create an experience that is tense and way too intriguing. The premise is quite simple. You need to use a simple drone to explore an island, find a secret, and avoid something. You control the drone by using text commands, but you don't have a video feed from the drone. Instead, you must tell it to take a photo of what it sees, which will send to you. It's not a long game, but it's not a quick game either. When you control the drone, you get a space to enter simple commands like move left or move right, photo, scan, interact, or rotate 90 degrees. In the top right, you have a radar that tells you when an object, structure, or obstacle is near you. And for most of the game, that's all you have to go off of. There may be a text warning that scrap is nearby, or that you've picked up a resonance nearby, and you might want to stop to collect resources, or take a photo, or change course to investigate this resonance. And if you want to take a better look, you can take a photo. It's really eerie taking a photo blindly. You might just get a photo of a tree or a radio tower. You might get a photo of the entity, because you're not alone on this island. And although the entity can't hurt you, it is out there, and it's keeping an eye on you. When your drone takes too much damage from colliding into rocks or runs out of power, it will shut down and you need to launch a new drone. You can unlock new drop points, making it easier to explore more of the island. And as you gather scrap, you can upgrade your drone to run faster, have a longer battery, or be more robust. This makes each run a bit easier. You can cover more ground each time, eventually building up a bit of a map of the island. Resonances will reveal that there is something at some set of coordinates. Investigating the coordinates may reveal a part of a puzzle, a radio tower which unlocks more drop points, or something else entirely. There is a kind of note-taking system in-game, So I got into the habit of noting down coordinates of resonances as they were revealed. So if I couldn't get to it during my current run, I could try for my next run. And that's what I mean by this not being a quick game. You'll need to take significant time exploring, making notes, getting lost, getting stuck on terrain, self-destruct again, in order to figure things out. It's not a perfect game. It crashed on me a couple times, and I didn't enjoy the first-person controls very much, although that part of the game is pretty minimal. But this is one of those games that just sticks in your mind. Design-wise, it's very simple, the premise is very simple, the puzzles are very simple, but its execution is just delightful. Anyway, and that is Vault. We're coming up to the end of this show, this episode. I know, it comes around every single time. But before we leave, what have you two been playing recently? What's been on the playlist?
Well, I have been playing the Nintendo Switch Online. Recently added Warrior Land 4 to their Game Boy Advance library.
Ooh.
That is the direct gameplay inspiration for the much beloved Pizza Tower.
Yep.
So if you want to know where they got the idea for their game, Warrior Land 4 on the Game Boy Advance.
Nice.
Okay.
How about you, Peter?
I've just been playing some more Delta Force, just grinding away, trying to unlock skins. It's still all free, so I'm happy about that.
I love a free game.
There's probably 20 currencies in that game, and I keep getting given it. I think I used 2, and that's just for XP unlocks to get better equipment for the guns. Early. I have no idea what the rest of it does. I opened a pack of cards the other day, and I'm like, where does this get used?
How does this
affect
come into the gameplay?
Yeah, and I just don't know. I'm enjoying the gameplay. I don't understand what all of the different currencies do or why they're important.
I mean, I've been playing Warframe recently. I've been hassling some of my friends to also get into Warframe. It's kind of the same thing. It's the gameplay, loads of fun. Grinding, it's nice to sort of space out and just do the missions and kind of smash them out. I'm so confused. I'm not too sure how half of this content comes into the rest of the game. I guess we'll find out sooner or later, maybe, unless we move on to something else. I've also been trying to... I've got some very long flights coming up, so I've been trying to sort of stock up on some games on my Switch to get me through that ordeal. And I had a lot of recommendations, and I ended up just picking up Subnautica and Subnautica Below Zero.
Yep.
Nice.
Worth it.
I mean...
Especially while you're flying.
Exactly. It's the most opposite of the water you can possibly be.
Very much so.
Yeah, it's just...
You don't want to have anything that's too intense for a flight.
No.
You don't want to be stuck in anything. You want something that's kind of chill vibe.
Definitely don't want to be playing Flight Simulator.
No. Unless you're really good at it.
Unless you're really good. But also, I feel like it would make the person next to you really uncomfortable if they saw you
definitely
playing
have
Flight
to play
Simulator.
It then. Yep.
I don't know. Could be all sorts of things. What else is another game that you probably shouldn't play on a plane? Maybe not Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't think that's a good idea.
Yep. There's lots of different games that you probably should or shouldn't play, especially any sort of adult-rated games while you're stuck in a metal tube sitting next to someone.
Yeah.
That you may or may not know.
I mean, most of the time I don't know them. But we're besties for the next 14 hours.
But then stare at them while you're doing it.
It's kind of like if I get stuck on a level, just hand the control over. Hey, you give it a try.
Yep.
See what happens. Speaking of games,
and sharing.
this entire episode.
It's funny that comes up.
I know. So the next Indie Dev Night is on the 27th of February over at Lost Souls Netherworld.
We know that place.
Yeah.
Heard of it?
Tom's from there.
Not
you were
anymore.
Born. But you were still, that's still your
Oh yeah,
birthplace.
it's still my origin story.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Can't erase that.
Yeah.
Indie Dev Night.
Yeah, so if you're a fan of games, it's a ton of fun. We have indie devs from all around Brisbane region come together to show off what they're making. We've got, say, some global game jam games in this round as well. So if you are interested to see what people can make in 48 hours, check it out.
Some of those look amazing.
Yeah. If you make games, you still have time to put forth your expression of interest. You can check our socials for a link to the form, or you can email zedgames@4zzz.org.au for a link to the form. That form closes on the 14th of February at midnight. So
tomorrow.
Yeah.
At midnight.
Might as well put it in now.
But if you're still feeling like your game isn't ready, there's always next time.
If you're a game developer and you are going, should I show it? Yes.
Yeah, just show it.
Yes. Apply.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. You want to get your game into people's hands and get feedback.
Yeah. Give it to me.
It doesn't matter whether it's broken or a mess. If it's fun or not, you want to show it off. You want people to get interested, to give feedback, to go, this is fun, this is not fun. Change it, adapt it, improve it.
Yeah.
Give me more of this, give me less of that.
Yeah.
And it's just a really great opportunity for public to sort of know what's being made around here, what kind of creators we have. We often have hobbyists, students, people who are just starting out, people who've been at it for a while, professionals, teachers, all sorts be involved. And it is an enriching experience.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. We plan on doing these every 3 months until the end of time. So if it's not this time, then next time, up until the end of time, in which case you're out of time.
At that point, not this point. Today and now, you've got until tomorrow night.
Yes, unless you're listening to this after the 14th of February 2025, in which case it is too late. Sorry. But speaking of too late, we're out of time.
Aww.
I know.
Again.
It happens. Until next time, my friends. Stay safe.
Next time.
Play games. Stay cool.
Thanks for listening to Zed Games.
If you'd like to listen to more, you can find us on the Community Radio Plus app.
Or find us on socials at ZED Games AU.
See you next time.